Hi, Andrew Bell here, and wrapping up the last report for summer 2020 and 2021. And what a summer it's been. Not too hot, negligible humidity, and timely rain to keep our dams topped up and watering our gardens, parks and nature strips. The city looks sensational. Now, the most frequent question I'm asked now is, how long can this current real estate market continue? A good question, to which no one has an answer. However, what we do have is 120 odd years of well-documented history that gives us some insight into how boom markets do eventually come to an end. No question, this one is vastly different, driven by that focus on lifestyle change resulting with people changing their residences to suit their needs in this current world we live in, working from home arrangements meaning that people are not tied to a city, and the massive migration north from the southern states, and of course, cheap money. All of these factors have resulted in the most incredible real estate market anyone has experienced. The clearest evidence of the strength of the market is our auctions, where we're all astounded to see the prices people are prepared to pay for properties. It also happens to a lesser degree in private treaty sales, but most of those are not publicly known, and auctions, of course, are the most highly visible. So depending on location, property types, etc., we would estimate property values on the Gold Coast to have jumped between 20 and 30% over the past 5 or 6 months. Quite extraordinary. Now, no doubt the migration from down south has been a significant boost and has driven the Gold Coast more than anywhere else. But price growth is occurring right throughout Australia. The Reserve Bank is usually very concerned about sharp rises in prices. They know it leads to personal hardship for many people because of the excess borrowings and because it uses up a large amount of household disposable income in mortgage payments that they like to see redirected into household spending in the broader economy, buying goods and services. That builds the economy. Their normal reaction when there's a spike in pricing in real estate is to raise interest rates, to slow it down. However, the Reserve Bank has made a public statement that interest rates will remain low for at least 3 years. So it's unlikely that interest rates will prick this price growth bubble. There's always a risk of an X factor. It was the collapse of Lehman Brothers in 2008 that triggered the global financial crisis. No one saw that coming, and it changed the real estate market literally overnight. Some event out of left field is always a possibility, if not a probability. But there are two most likely scenarios that could come into play. The first is that the Reserve Bank may apply some regulation around borrowing. For example, make it mandatory that you must have 25 or 30% cash deposit. That would knock a lot of buyers out of the marketplace. But it most definitely would mean there is less money available to pay higher prices. Now, the second is that there could be, for want of a better description, a buyer revolt. The prices will just get to a point where buyers refuse to pay the prices asked. And so the demand for real estate that we see today will drop significantly. High probability. Whatever the scenario, it's not blatantly obvious at present. However, what is absolutely certain is that no market, whether a depressed market or one that we have today, a booming market, will continue in the same mode forever. There is a start and a finish of all market cycles. And so for both sellers and buyers, you have a real gamble. For sellers, do you hang on hoping for more price rises going forward? Or do you run the risk that the bubble bursts overnight, such as what we saw happen with Lehman Brothers? And you can completely miss the market. When the market turns off, you can factor in a good 10 to 15% price drop, literally overnight. For buyers, do you hold back waiting for the bubble to burst, only to find the prices have risen and your ultimate purchase costs is significantly more in the future? What I do know is there is not a person on the planet who can tell you exactly what's going to happen. There's not a person who can tell you on what day the market will change. Now, hindsight's of no benefit to anyone, but foresight is. So please choose wisely. 2 quick additional notes. Everyone knows and has heard about the huge success that the Event 2021 produced. Most definitely for all of our sellers and indeed for our buyers, congratulations. The great news is that we have our upcoming autumn selection, which is capitalising on today's market, encapsulating the Easter school holiday periods and using the momentum that the Event 2021 provided to an excellent selection of Gold Coast properties. for the huge number of buyers who are missing out on buying properties on a daily basis and are registered with us as keenly looking to buy as quickly as they can. As a seller, if you're interested in being part of this, please connect with our Autumn Selection Hotline. Details are on screen now. The last note is that on Friday the 12th of March, we have our annual Business Meet Sports Lunch at the Star Casino here on the Gold Coast, where we have two outstanding speakers, one from business and one from sport, who'll provide some incredible insights into the market. With over 400 already booked in and a limit of only 500, we'd love to have you there. On screen now, our contact details if you would like to book a table or indeed just to come with some friends and be part of this first social event of 2021 here on the Gold Coast. Couldn't be more proud to be hosting that through our office. More details about the event will be contained within this e-newsletter. Well, that's it for this fortnight. Fascinating times that will be talked about for many decades to come. I could not be prouder to be an Australian or indeed a Gold Coaster. Well done, Australia, on how well we're managing through this most unique event in the history of time. Stay safe.